I know I have a friend at a different school, and the guys created like a comprehensive list of ratings for all the girls in their grade.
Someone took the time to put reasons behind their ranking.
Because we have courageous conversations, our community gets to talk about issues that are important to students and gets to grow in our perspectives.
But I feel like I hear it a lot against female teachers.
The hope of Casco Bay is that every kid can discover who they are for the sake of expanding their sense of what is possible in what they believe they can do and what impact they can have on the world.
This is why women shouldn't go to war.
We use Courageous Conversations to amplify student voice. It's a chance where we turn over the curriculum entirely to students and say, what aren't we talking about that we need to talk about? So students get to propose what those conversations are. We develop a lesson plan, and then we train student facilitators in each advisory group to literally run those discussions so that it can feel student to student.
I think there's kind of this culture of thinking that like humorous, sexist language is okay, but jokes are still harmful if you're repeating them. I've definitely heard and experienced a lot of misogynist things that guys were saying about their female friends and about random people. So I brought it up to Kendall and was like, hey, what if we did something about this? And went to a teacher and she suggested a courageous conversation.
Terrible thing to do.
Here at Casco, people were seen as so inclusive that assume that we're immune to a lot of these things, but we're not, and these issues still exist here. We noticed this problem, and no one was really talking about it.
There are a lot of people in the community who probably aren't so excited to have this conversation because it forces some introspection and some mirror gazing that can be hard. But we need to have this conversation.
It's a little thing, but it happens a lot.
We created a huge list of questions. It wasn't super difficult to actually work on the content because we were both pretty passionate about it. This is a courageous conversation on casual misogyny.
Today, we kind of defined some terms.
Casual misogyny can happen in the workplace, between friends, peers, or family members.
We put some statistics in there that would kind of give some perspective. We had some student quotes, which would kind of centralize it and make it more about Casco. And just having that set up kind of makes it easier to jump into the conversation.
Share what you honestly feel without being rude or offensive, but also without censoring yourself.
These lesson plans have learning targets and they have norms, and they know we often do some reading and some writing before the discussion to kind of fuel the discussion. So these lessons are really well developed.
Describe a time when you heard something misogynistic and said something or wish you had said something.
We talked a lot about complicity, which I think is a very big issue. That's generally a common response, which is something we wanted to talk about and see if we could make a shift there.
And they were just sitting there gossiping about how inappropriate pictures of her had been leaked. I didn't say anything to them like I didn't know them. I can't imagine it would have gone well if I had, but it is one of those things that you think about, like what if I had?
I think with the way a lot of this stuff has been normalized, it's easy to take part in it and not really realize.
It's also about voice and empowerment so that students know that their perspective matters and that they can do work that will shift the world in ways that need to be shifted.
A lot of people were talking about things that they had experienced in school, which I think was something that stuck out to me.